This is the first, basket that I started learning and playing, developing my skills.
¿Qué talla de pie usas?
Uso un 50. The good kids usually go to class, the bad kids usually used to jump this fence. They put it one foot there and you're on the other side of the fence, but, oh, está cerrado. Wow. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of my YouTube channel. Today we're gonna do an episode of my basketball origins. What I have behind me is called Magariños. This is where I learned, how to play basketball, where I scored my first baskets. I went to school over here. When I came to Madrid, after I moved from my town, this is where I went to the dorm and this is where I learned how to play. A lot of my friends that are playing now with me in the national team came from the same place, and a lot of great players, learned over here. So hope you like the episode and let's check it out. Welcome to Magariños. Let's go inside. I think that they have a clinic for the camp for the kids. So this used to be me, back in the day. This is the first, basket that I started learning and playing and, developing my skills. We used to play the weekends over here. We used to practice. When we started in the lower categories, they usually divide the court in two courts, and you start on these baskets. And then when you grow and you get older, you play full court, in the maze baskets. This place has so many years, so much history, so many good players that came from here. It's really been amazing, and it brings a lot of good memories, when I come back to see it. And, it was some great years, some great years. And I'm glad that when I come and to see all these kids, they're still playing, they're still loving basketball. They're, following the steps that I followed, when I was their age. So when I came here for the first time, I was 15 years old, and I used to play before, I play, but when you're like a kid, your mom, puts you in places to start, doing activities after school, and to not be at the house and to be running around and spend some energy. But I wasn't really playing for real. And I did the tryouts when I was 15 for Estudiantes. That's how they gave me the scholarship that they gave me to go to school and to come play with them. And that is when I started my first, real years and real experience of basketball. I played 3 years over here, so 15, 16, 16, 17, and 17, 18, before I went to the States, before I went to college. And it was 3 beautiful years. Two of my best friends that I got from here, Darío Brizuela and Edgar Vicedo. They both, still play in the national team. They both are playing professional basketball. Darío just signed in Barcelona, and is going to play EuroLeague. And Edgar, signing in Tenerife. They're going to play Champions League. They're both great players, and we all came from the same team, from the same court. Estudiantes is one of the clubs with more history here in Spain. 2 clubs in Spain that have the best youth programs is Badalona, that is in Catalonia, and Estudiantes, that is here in Madrid. Most of the good players that play and end up playing in Madrid or end up playing somewhere around Spain, they used to come from this club. It used to be a powerhouse back in the day, and some really famous players like Felipe Reyes came from here, his brother, Azofra came from here, Jaime Fernandez, Chacho, Sergio Rodriguez, that we all know that play in the NBA. These are all professional players that came from this team and started, playing in the same rings, in the same floor and inside of the same walls. And I'm thankful that this club, gave me that opportunity to be able to start my career and to be able to become the player that I am right now. And it's thanks because of this beginning over here. Part of the club that they do so good is that this is the club part that is called Estudiantes, but then the school part that is called Radimir Maestru, that is actually this logo right here, is the school over here. That is literally, we're gonna walk there now, it's literally next to each other. And I went to school over there too since I was 15 till I was 18, and I went to class with Edgar and Darío. They were both of my classmates, and the dorm that we're gonna see later, it was right here too. So I remember to walk up every day and walk to school and do a practice in the morning, go to class, and then come back, do an afternoon practice before lunch, and after that we're doing team practice in the afternoon. The players can develop and they can become so good because they have it all controlled. It's something very similar to college in the States. The usual thing here in Spain is that the kids go to school and then they go to clubs where it's only a professional club, you know. They have basketball, but it's not related with the school. So then they start having problems because sometimes they need to miss class to go to practice, or sometimes they need to miss practice or games because they got tests or they got schoolwork or they got something related. Usually when you start becoming like a little older, like you're 17, 18, or you know, around that age, the kids that have more potential to become professionals in the future, usually they stop going to school and they just focus on basketball. And I think that that's a little mistake, you know, because you never know what's going to happen. And I think that you need an education. It's really important to get an education for you to be able to grow as a person and to do some things in the future, you know. So that's something that Estudiantes was doing a really good job, you know, following a little bit the American and the college, you know, system. And that is something that I always took serious, you know, in my career. A lot of great memories, you know, the first times that we were playing, you know, like the good teams when we played Real Madrid, for example. Another of our good friends, you know, Billy and Gomez, that played in the national team, we played against in Madrid. I remember, you know, when we used to, I don't know if it's very good to put in the video or not, but I remember, you know, sometimes we used to skip class just to come here and, you know, to shoot balls and, you know, to have fun over here with some of the friends from the school. We left Magariños, the basketball court, and now we're walking to the school. There is some basketball courts. They used to go red courts, canchas rojas, and this is where in the recess, you know, in the breaks on the school, we used to come outside of here and play. This is the school, Ramiro de Maeztu. This is where I went from 15 till 18 years old. You know, whenever you get older in the school, all the kids, instead of hanging out over here, because this is where the young kids are, they, you know, go through this gate and they turn left, and it's called Internado, in El Inter. And you know, the good kids usually go to class, the bad kids usually used to jump this fence, you know, and go whatever, somewhere, you know, outside of the school. This fence right here, we used to be professionals jumping this fence. It's kind of difficult though, but they didn't know they got this thing over here. They put it 1 foot there and you're on the other side of the fence, but, oh, está cerrado. I don't want to jump. This is El Inter, so we used to come here and play in the lower rims, just for fun, you know, a lot of good memories over here. This is basically, you know, my school, my club, where I grew up playing, where I learned. Saw you the court, I saw you the outside courts, you know, the school, and this over here. This is the basics, and this is the origins of my basketball career, and I hope you like it. With this, I'm gonna complete this episode. Thank you very much for everything, and see you next video. Bye. Vaya recuerdos, que nos pegamos aquí unos mates, me acuerdo que venían por aquí y hacía. Dime. ¿Una foto, por favor? Sí, claro que sí. Ahí estamos. Ya está. Perfecto. Muchas gracias, muchas gracias.